Hey y'all, it's your captain for all things creative coming at you with Married at First Sight Denver, season 17, episode 15. If you're new to this channel, thank you. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you are returning, thank you so much for rocking with us. Let's get into the episode, sort of by couple, but when it comes to Claire, I'm going to mix her with Emily and Brennan since nothing is going on with her and Cameron. So let's start with our only hope to make me have a truly happy ending this season, Michael and Chloe. Now, this episode shattered my hope a little more because apparently we start off the episode with Chloe telling Michael how she had 4 panic attacks in the one night that they, started sleeping together for the first time. And she says, it doesn't happen during the day, it only happens at night. And she says, once her comfort, once there's no stress, once she have her, humidifier, whatever, it should go away. But it's already a little tense for them. And it turns out that their honeymoon is just in Colorado Springs. So they didn't even get to go very far. So I was already feeling for them. I know I said I wanted the expedited version of the relationship, and I'm glad we're getting the expedited version, but I meant like in the cutting, I didn't want them to have such a rushed, sad constellation journey because the other couples got to go in the sun, and a warm honeymoon, and they're just, in their same state where they live at. Granted, they did travel a little bit, but that is what their fate is, I guess. So next thing you see Michael and Chloe heading to Colorado Springs, I guess. And they're driving, and Michael's asleep on Chloe's shoulder, which makes me think that maybe he, was woken up by her panic attacks a lot more than he let on because he looked tired. He was knocked out on Chloe's shoulder. And then you see, they arrive at their destination, and Chloe says that she chose this trip, being so high up in the rocks so that she could navigate her fear of heights with her husband since she thinks she can see how he can support her in stressful situations more quickly this way. And then another scene in their honeymoon later on the episode, you see Chloe telling Michael about her childhood in Santa Fe, and he tells her about his past and being Filipino and Greek. And he also drops the bombshell that his mother doesn't know that he was rematched and married again, but his sister knows. And he says he hasn't told, his mom about the rematching because she was against the process from jump. And then when he was embarrassed that way on the altar, he understands why she's even more negative about it. So he tells Chloe, that he's not trying to hide her from his mom, but she needs to trust him about the right timing to tell his mom about them too. So then Michael and Chloe do a massage time, and Michael, you can see how he has a little game, he says that there's chemistry between them in his confessional. He also tells her things like, he booked the massage as an excuse to touch her. And when she's massaging him, he jokes with her that he's gonna moan and make kind of sex noises. So it's kind of going along, but then when they're continuing their honeymoon by eating like a romantic dinner, Chloe starts freaking out, saying, she's getting more worried about them going home to their real life so fast. And again, I was feeling bad for them that, their vacation is like not that far away from their real life, but then also so short. So I definitely feel like they're getting the short end of the stick. But then you see Chloe telling Michael over dinner that, thinking about them rushing back to live their day-to-day life as a married couple is a lot for her. She doesn't know if she can do it. She just starts freaking out. And the commercial break went off right when she was like looking like she was going to dump him. And then I got upset for Michael all over again. I was like, this is not right. Don't do this again to this man. So then you see Michael being gracious again, and trying to tell Chloe, listen, just do what's best for her. And he trusts her. to make the decision that's best for her and her health. I think he, knows that she's not playing with his heart, but potentially playing with her own mental health because all the panic attacks and the freaking out is something that I'm not sure if she can get over because she's saying she's a recovering perfectionist and minimalist and all these things. So she does seem like she's very rigid. She got a lot of things that she needs to deal with on her own before adding another person to it. And clearly, this introduction of a stranger is not helping her temperament or mental health. So she, struggling, and he sees that, so he's telling her, listen, do what's best for you for real. And he goes away, and she's just crying and panicking in front of the camera. And then on after party, Chloe also explains that what we didn't see is that she's such an introvert that she was also physically not used to talking so long and so many hours to Michael, to the point that she got a sore in her mouth from all the talking. And she said production had to go get her, I think she said baking soda or whatever to like alleviate the pain just from her talking. And it's a lot. Like all these physical reaction, the sores, the freaking out, the panic attacks. Chloe put on, a good face at the wedding, but this is her true self. And you could see that, Michael was very kind to her. And so in her confessionals, I guess she was saying that he was saying all the right things and he seems like he's supportive and he's accepting her with all her freakouts. And also she's going to stick with him. And then you see at the episode that, through all the panicking and crying, she says that Michael, is saying everything she needs to hear. So they both going to give it 100% and see what happens. So we need to really pray for them. Next, Brennan and Emily. This episode, they annoyed me again, especially Brennan. So Brennan and Emily talk about their friendship at the beginning of the episode, and then Emily says she, wants to do the friendship reset, but on her end, she knows she still has feeling involved. And she also tells him that one of their friends said that he doesn't even treat her like a friend. He was like, who? And I was like, there you go, snitching again. But then in another scene, you basically see that the friend that did say that was Claire, because Claire and Emily meet. And you see Claire again being fake worried for Cameron. And this one I'll just talk about Cameron briefly because she's telling Emily that she's been calling Cameron, but all he's doing is just sleeping, and he's been asleep for a whole week, so she's just worried about him. But clearly he's ghosting her because he's not Sleeping Beauty. He hasn't been asleep for a week straight. And then we find out in after party that that Claire is like truly just delusional about this because Emily said that she and Claire, were commiserating more than it showed, since Claire was insisting also that she and Cam were friends. But Emily said that she had asked her, are y'all really friends? And does he even text you back? Because Emily said that Brennan told her that, that whole week that Claire thought Cam was asleep. Cameron was texting Brennan saying how Claire was so annoying and he was, roasting her for trying to visit him, but it was a dub. So she said that to her, it seemed like Cam left Claire and they weren't really friends. So again, Claire is very delusional, and I feel like Stevie Wonder could see that Cameron goes her, but she's like ignoring it. So back to Brennan and Emily. Emily again was just, talking to Claire about her feelings, and Claire's telling Emily that Brennan's not treating her right, and she's encouraging Emily to want more for herself and stop making excuses for Brennan and stop giving him the benefit of the doubt. So the next thing we see is them having a meeting with Pastor Cal, and then she talks about walking on eggshells around him. Brennan explains that the friendship reset was to remove pressure and focus only on the positive things between them. So the hopes are they're on that same page going into the meeting. And again, he's going into the therapy session trying to control things. And it's good that Pastor Cal was ready for him because Pastor Cal came with the receipts, proof, timelines, all of that. So Emily starts off the meeting on Brennan's page. She says she's happy and she has faith in them. At the start of the meeting, I was like, ugh, why is she doing this to herself, acquiescing to this man's BS? But then Emily, you know, I think she starts to hear herself sounding, like a pick me. So then she goes on to say that she actually does want a husband and not a friend, though. So then Pastor Cal busts out with his little, I don't know if it's like a iPad mini or whatever, his little tablet, and he starts showing them videos of himself when they were applying for, the marriage. And they agree that Emily's the same person now she was in the interviews going into the process. And then he shows them Brennan's video, and if you see lies, if you see, oh my gosh, you see Brennan's video, just him lying on the job application. He was wearing the same shirt, but that's the only thing that was the same. And he was saying all the things that he's not doing in the marriage now. He was saying how he's teachable and coachable. I don't know. Dr. Pia was like, "I know you lying," when she saw this on the screen after. And then he also was saying how he gonna follow the process and be loving and not give up, but it was all cap. And then Emily first, was like, well, some of the things he says rings true when he talks about trust being important in a marriage, but Emily then outright says that she sees dissimilarities about him, especially when it comes to trusting the process and not giving up. And then Pastor Cal had his little gotcha moment there. I was like, yeah, stop the BS. Y'all not friends. This is not friends at first sight. And I said, I know that's right, Pastor Cal. And then he told him, stop using a friend word, and that them two gonna have to work it out. So then after this meeting, you see Emily zooming with one of her people named Mackenzie, and they both agree that Brennan ain't ish, and he cares more about his image than her. And then Mackenzie outright says that Emily should run for the hills. So then the last couple, Becca and Austin, and these two got on my nerves also. So Austin and Becca are back from their trip to his grandma's house, and like I said before, it's like one of the unsexiest things they could have did for their relationship. And I was thinking at least maybe they would get a hotel room, so that they could have time to build their relationship. But apparently Austin had them in their grandmama house or uncle house or something with cats. And then he starts blaming the cats in his grandmama house for him not having relations with her. And I was like, you took her on the trip to the house with the cats, so nobody's gonna feel sorry for you, for being there because this was your idea. You dragged the both of you there, So I know for me, my husband, we get our own hotel room, when we want our private time. So it's like he didn't want private time with her. He was happy to have the cats and the grandma and everybody to block him from having to, have relations with her. And it's clear that he don't want, nothing to do with her. So on the after party though, Austin said that one of the things that happened on the trip that was a problem for their relationship was not just the intimacy, but they got into their first fight. That wasn't a disagreement, but an actual argument. And he said it happened basically because he was brushing his teeth and playing music in the house with his uncle and dad nearby, I guess. And I don't know what he was playing. Maybe he was playing like, I don't know, Shake It Like a Salt Shake. I don't know what he was playing. But Becca thought it was disrespectful to his family, but Austin said he know both his dad and his uncle are deaf. And then Keisha was like, wait, are they just like, hard of hearing, or are they really can't hear? And he's like, no, like for real. They have like implants and like the diagnosis and all of that stuff. So they really could not hear him. So he wasn't bothering them for real, but I guess Becca, maybe she was tired of him and tired of being there, and it just snowballed into a full argument, and this was their first big fight, you know. So then Emily chimed in and said that Becca did come back from the vacation frustrated, and Emily said that Becca told her that the relationship had not progressed over the vacation at all as well. So then later in the episode, you see Dr. Pia trying to meet with Becca and Austin, talking about their progress. And then when she comes in, Becca and Austin show her their play fish, Danny and Gwen. You know, trying to show them that they're trying to play house. These are their fake children. But Austin says, you know, that it was his grandma's 97th birthday. And, you know, that put the intimacy journey on halt. And you know, he brings up the cats, making it hard for him. And it's ridiculous. Basically, Becca says she wants to make sure they progress because she wants to move forward with him, and Austin says he don't think it will be a problem in the future, but it will be a problem because he don't want to have sex with her. So make sure, you know, you say what you think about these relationships in the comments. Next week is the couples retreat. We're gonna see Ryan and Lauren again, and apparently Emily's gonna bust her head. Child, she has the worst luck, but hopefully, you know, she'll be all right and she'll get away from Brennan. She'll be, you know, in the hospital with an excuse to not have to hear his lies or see his face and maybe get some clarity. But we shall see. So make sure you like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And remember, you're the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. Bye.